What's up, Meisterville? Welcome to episode 12 of the Creative Podcast. We are here with Mr. HIGHROWGLYPHFIX. How are you
Yes,
doing, sir?
sir. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Feeling good. How are you?
I'm all right. Yeah, man. So we finally here, finally got to schedule this. So excited to talk to you, man. I got a whole
Yeah,
bunch of
man.
questions. So yeah,
With it.
let's jump right into this. So okay,
Do it.
obviously you're a rapper, obviously for
Yes,
those who
sir.
you know, and I saw you were followed by John Boyega and DL Hughley, which makes me very very jealous.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
How did you find out they follow you? Like, did you just see a notification one day and you're like, oh snap, what the?
Well, unbeknownst to the people watching, I do tribute celebrity raps and stuff like that. And pretty much after I do the rap and I have like a lot of my followers engage and have them tag the people that I rapped about in it, I get tons of notifications. People like, yo, tagging the people. And then John Boyega, that one was late night. It was like at 2, 3 in the morning because I think he was in London at the time. So my phone just kept going off while I was sleeping. I'm like, what the hell's going on? I'm like, what the heck? And then I saw that he reposted the video and he DM'd me and was like, yo, man, this shit is dope. And I was like, oh, I appreciate it. And then right under that, the notifications, it was like, John Boyega follows you. I was like, oh, I was like, I don't ever expect them to follow me back. I just expect them to, just see it, be like, yo, it's dope, whatever, this, that, and the third. I don't even expect a repost. But he reposted it, he followed, and then DL Hughley, it's funny, he didn't even see it on my page. Wood Harris actually reposted it from my page, and then DL Hughley saw it on Wood Harris's page, and then DL Hughley reposted it, and then DL Hughley started following me.
So I'm talking to Hollywood, basically. That's what this is about.
Yeah, listen, man. I'm trying my best out here, man. I'm grateful. I'm really grateful.
So what was the first one you did? Like, if you can remember, how did the
The
tribute
very,
rap
very,
start?
so basically back in 2018, end of 2017, early 2018, I was taking a request from a lot of my followers. I was telling them pretty much I can rap about anything. Just throw it out there. I can rap about anything. And at the time, I had a huge superhero fan base. So everyone was like, oh, rap about this superhero, this supervillain, blah, blah, blah. But then one of my followers was like, yo, rap about Logic. And I'm like, Logic, you mean the rapper? And they were like, yeah. I was like, that is very odd because I never rapped about another person before. So I was like, all right, cool. And I did Logic. And then once I did that, people were like, oh, you rapping about real people too? Well, rap about this person, rap about this person. So I was just rapping about tons of people. Will Smith, Snoop Dogg, all these people. But then the very first repost I ever got was from King Vader. I actually decided to do that one. I didn't even get a request from that one. I was like, let me rap about King Vader. He's a big inspiration of mine, boom. And that was the same thing, late night. Like I posted it at 12 in the morning. I was about to go to sleep. And the next thing you know, King Vader's in my DM like, yo, bro, send this to me. Like, this shit is hard. And I'm like, really? So I sent it to him. And then boom, it went off from there. Like he gave me like a good 1,500, 2,000 followers. Like I'd say that my core of my fan base now is probably from his page. You know what I mean? Because that video has like 500,000 views. You know what I mean? Like it's still on his page to this day, which is rare because he doesn't repost people that do stuff for him. You know what I mean? He usually either posts it in his stories or he'll just be like, yo, shout out to so-and-so for doing this for me. So the fact that he posted that on his page and he left it there, that was a big thing for me. I mean, so that's how it all started, man. And it's just been going ever since. I think right now I have 164 tribute raps that I've done. 164.
I'm holding an L now in my heart. I'm so just just did you do the Vader bounce as you did the video? You know that bounce that he does for all of his videos.
Oh yeah, dude. It's funny. That's literally how I started it. I started it just like that. I was wearing like the Naruto headband, everything. It was bad funny. Like that's what people said they like that made the video for them. Like it wasn't necessarily the rap. It was like, yo, dude, you doing the movements that he does, everything. I was like, yo, I had to represent. You know what I mean?
Nah, man,
Yeah.
a lot of black YouTube is what got me started on YouTube as well, like from RDC World to Berweezy to all
Man.
of those guys. So that's what got me started on YouTube as well. So, I mean, big shouts out to you, but I also have an inner hater that I'm fighting right now.
Yeah, man. Nah, those are some creative dudes, man. Like I've done raps about all those guys, people that you just mentioned. So It's
Nah,
crazy.
man, that's cool. I checked out your YouTube channel as well. I'm gonna have all the links to your stuff so people can
I
find you from
appreciate
my side and all
it.
of that stuff, so they can hopefully get some traction from this side as well. So speaking of rap, what got you into rap? Like, what was the
So,
thing that sparked that? Oh my gosh, this is it, or whatever.
so my brother and his friends actually used to be in a rap group back in the day when I was younger, and I used to just always watch them, get into it, do their thing. And one day he was like, "Yo, you should try it." And I was like, "Nah, I'm good, man. Like, I'm cool. Like, that's not really my thing. That's your thing." But unbeknownst to him, I actually was doing it secretly, like in my room, just like writing every day, writing. I had this one notebook. And I was carrying it around with me everywhere. And then one day I was just like, "Yo, you want to hear something?" And he was like, "Oh, I thought you rap." I was like, "Yeah, no, but I took your advice. I ran with it." And then he was like, "Yo, dude, you're kind of nice." And then, I put out a few like, self-made mixtapes here and there. And then one day he was like, "Yo, let me see what you're working on now." And then I played it for him and he was like, "Dude, you're like really, really good now." And I was like, "Yo, we should do music together." I said that jokingly. I wasn't actually thinking he would take me serious. And he was like, "Okay, cool." And then him and I started doing music together. And then that's pretty much what you see right now. But then recently we just revitalized the group. Like, he's actually producing now. I'm rapping and post of both of us rapping, and then that's it, man. So I would definitely have to say the biggest inspiration is definitely my brother, as well as like other old school hip hop rappers out there that made me really want to like pick up the pen and stay dedicated to it.
So that's where the real concepts comes from. It's you and your brother.
Yes, Concepts is a hip hop duo. That's my brother and I. Yep, it used to
Oh,
be
okay.
both rapping, but now he just makes the beats and I rap.
Oh, okay. Okay. Sort of like a mad villainy type thing. Okay.
Yeah, kind
Cool,
of like a
cool, cool.
Gangstar, Eric B.
Yeah.
Rakim.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
No, I'm a big 90s hip hop fan. Like that's my favorite version of hip hop. Well, I don't know. It's weird to say that because my favorite rapper of all time is MF Doom. So he kind of really popped in 2004. So it's this weird
Yeah,
era
yeah.
of.
He's a '90s rapper, but like he didn't really start getting like the respect he deserved like early 2000s. So yeah, you're right about
But yeah,
that.
all of that stuff from him with KMD to Operation Doomsday, all of that stuff, I can listen to that stuff on repeat again and again and again. Like he's one of those artists for me. People will probably call me a stan because I've never heard like a track that I hated from him. Like even
Yeah,
tracks, I'm
nah,
like, that's all right, but I still end up really liking it a lot. Like if you ever listened to Keys to the Cuff, which people say is his weakest album, I think it has like 8 solid joints on that thing
mm-hmm.
that I really love. Like Boring
Yeah.
Conversation, I can say that word for word. That's one of my favorite songs.
MF Doom is definitely underrated in my opinion. He's respected, but like a lot of people still are sleeping on this dude. Like he,
I think it's the way
yeah,
he flows though. It's very weird.
for sure,
Like
for
I
sure.
think I think unlike Black Thought is he can be commercial type thing. Like he can go on a
Yeah,
funk flex and drop 20 bars and people who've never heard him can go, "Oh my god." But MF
mm-hmm.
Doom, he goes on there. It's going to be us. It's going to be the nerd crowd that's going to be there,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
being
very
like,
unorthodox and
yeah.
abstract how he rides on beats for sure. Especially the production that he gets too. Like you wouldn't think like someone would give him that type of beat, but then when you hear how he does it, it's like, oh, okay. Yeah, you know I mean,
I
like
didn't even know
wasn't
you could do that.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
like the first time you listen to him, but I got obsessed like the first time I listened to him because the first track I heard was all caps. That was the very first track, and I was like, okay, this is my favorite MC of all. I like scratched 5 other people off of my list,
Yeah,
basic.
nah.
But I mean, I don't even do lists anymore because I don't think it's possible. I just don't think it's possible. Like I do tiers now at this point. I'm like,
I
okay, this
have
is the upper
I have a
tier.
list.
Well, for me, like
I have
this
a
is the
list.
upper
I have a list
tier.
when it
Oh.
comes to my favorite rappers, but then I also do tiers as far as like how I categorize other rappers too. You know
Yeah,
what I
so I
mean? Like
mean, like,
I
yeah,
have a
I
top
have
five.
I have like 1 and 2, and everybody's underneath that. So it goes MF Doom, Rakim, and then everyone else is just underneath that. That's just because I
Him
mean,
is
Wu Tang makes up top 10 already. Like they take at least 6 spots.
they're
So
in my opinion, they're the best rap super group. Like there's no
yeah,
other
there's
group.
no other group. There's
Yeah, I
no
mean,
other group that you can think of. Like in terms of 9 people, there's no other super rap group in the world that could ever.
yeah, nah, not even close. I mean, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily consider this a group because it's more so of a collective. But if you add on Boot Camp Click and Black Moon and all those dudes, they'd probably be the only contenders. But again, they're not a You
No, no,
know what I
no.
mean?
Wu
But
Tang
like,
is like they have Wu wear and everything. It's a whole
yeah, exactly.
movement. Wu Tang is for the children.
Yeah, nah, word, straight
I
up.
love I love Wu Tang. I love Wu Tang. Still listen to the 36 Chambers to this day.
Yeah, I mean, come on, Wu Tang is
That's
legendary.
like
Wu Tang is forever.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, man. Like seriously, they meant it. That album's going strong. So anyway, do you have like five rappers off the top of your head that influence your style? Because I know
absolutely.
like yeah, if you can go through
My
that.
top five. So my top five are Big L,
All right.
Big Pun,
That's a good one. That's a good one.
yeah, Big Pun, Big Daddy Kane,
Yeah.
Oz, and
Hmm.
Cannabis. Those five right there. Those are my five.
Cannabis.
And
Cannabis never gets mentioned a lot though. I think
Cannabis,
after that disaster he had with disaster. I don't know if you saw
yeah, I
that
mean,
rap
I'm
battle.
not
I
gonna
think
lie. As a diehard Cannabis stan, I was very, and I mean very disappointed in him. You know what I mean? Because I was like, dude, you busted out the Notebook, like dog. You know what I mean? But
like
he's still, in
no,
my opinion,
he's still one of the
he's still
hardest dudes ever.
lyrically most insane artist I've ever heard in my entire life. Like some of the lines he says to this day still has me like perplexed. Like, how do you come up with something like that? You know what I mean? Like he was way ahead of his time. Like the shit that he was saying was just like it was just too far into the future. Like the world wasn't ready for it yet
No,
at
I
all.
mean, no, definitely. I mean, and even that thing with LL and him when they had their battle, which
Mm-hmm.
I still love the Ripper. I think I like LL's like diss a little bit more, but when it came to what Cannabis did with his track as well, I was just like, yo, it's just that nowadays there's some pause-worthy lines because it's 2020 now, but
I'm not
at
gonna
the
lie to you.
time, at the
Every
time,
'90s rapper has a pause-worthy line when you look back into it because it's just like, wait a second. Because back then, from a slang perspective, you knew exactly what they was talking about. It's like,
yeah, yeah,
dude,
yeah.
yeah, I got it. But it's like nowadays, it's like when you look at it, it's like, whoa,
I
whoa,
mean,
whoa, whoa.
you can't say you eat a nigga ass now. You
Yeah,
can't.
it's like, dog, like if this was the '90s, we'd all wouldn't even think about that. It's like it's cool, but it's like nowadays, it's like, dog, nah, like
Yeah, but I
I don't
think
mean.
I don't know if you share this opinion with me. I think rap has actually gotten like emceeing or battling has actually gotten a little bit more aggressive. Because when I look at the Takeover and Ether,
Mhm.
what's this? Nas came at Jay-Z as a rapper, which is something I liked because even with Ice Cube when he had his whole thing with NWA, getting into hip hop history here. But yeah, even when he had his thing with NWA, he came at them as NWA.
Mhm.
He didn't do what Pusha T did. Pusha T brought out the baby mama, he brought out the baby, he brought out he got everybody involved.
Yeah,
So I think nowadays, like a lot of people, when they're doing diss tracks, they kind of go that route, like the URL smack route, where they bring up your history and your family's history and all of that
I
stuff.
mean, I feel like when it comes to diss tracks, there's no rules. I mean, you can even look at it from like you said in the past, like with Hit 'em Up and all the other stuff. It's like, dude, like you there's no rules. You know what I mean? It's like
I don't know how
there's
people
anytime
don't. I don't know how people don't suck each other out in smacking URL. I don't. I don't.
I think it's a respect. I think it's a respect value because it's like, oh, listen, at the end of the day, it's a sport. It's battle at the end of the day. It's like, dude, you can take it for face value. Like, yeah, I'm making fun of your kids and your mom and shit like that, but it is what it is. It's like I'm trying to win, and if it gets under your skin, I'm doing a good job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because in the end of the day, there's only but so much you can say as far as like dissing your credibility and your skills. Because it's like, dude, like how many times you gonna flip that? Like, oh, I rap better than you. My pen's like, okay, cool, that's dope and all, but it's like I'm waiting for that one line where it's like, ooh, like damn, you did come at
Yeah,
your neck
no,
right there.
because
Like,
when I used to battle in high school, I used to try and be comedic. Like that was my angle. I didn't want to.
exactly. I mean, I was
Yeah,
the same way. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to make fun of you. You know what I mean? And if it
yeah.
means throwing other shit in there to do that, so be it. You know
No,
what
but
I
I mean,
mean?
there's
So,
what's his name? I'm keep forgetting him. Dude with the dreads. Um,
when he battle raps,
Shoddy. He battled Shoddy Horror. Why am I remembering Shoddy
ooh,
Horror?
Arsenal, come on,
Yeah,
Arsenal.
Arsenal. There we go. Arsenal. Like Arsenal's personal dude. Like I feel like somebody would shoot him after the battle. Like if
Dudes
Arsenal got
like
shot.
him,
I mean, like
daylight,
that.
all those dudes, they go in, and it's just like I don't blame them. It's like they trying to win. Like,
Yeah. Although my favorite battle rapper of all time is Loaded Lux. Like Loaded Lux, hands down. Like,
Yeah,
I
that
don't know
was
if you saw
dope.
that Funk Flex freestyle of his. I was just like, oh,
Yeah, that's yeah.
yes,
He's
dude.
dope. Nah, Lil Flex is dope. He's been around for a long time. He's definitely a vet in this game. He's been around for a minute. From back in the days, from like Lion's Den and all that other stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
I watched a lot of his old Smack DVDs on YouTube and stuff because I got
yeah,
obsessed with battle rap when I started battle rapping in school because I was like, okay, how can I actually be good at this? And he was one of the
yeah,
dudes I
man.
studied.
Like people, there's so many different leagues out there from King of the Dot, Grind Time, Smack, Lions Den. I mean, even World Rap Champions, Jump Off TV. Like there's so many different leagues, man, and it's crazy. Like you can really get consumed in it because it's like there's just so much. Before it was like a small bracket. It was like, all right, this is it. Now it's like you got battlers all over the world in Spain and UK, you know what I mean, the United States.
Well,
Like
I mean, that's
it's
the power of hip hop, though. Like, that's one
yeah,
thing I love
absolutely.
about hip hop is that there's no other music in the world that's actually done what hip hop's done. I don't care
Nope.
what
And the
genre you go to,
most popular genre.
EDM,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
Because I mean, the things you can do with the language, like even if you're not speaking English, just even in another language, just like the way you can phrase a sentence together, it can mean so many things. Yeah,
Yeah, man. The
so
style, the flow, everything. It's like it's never ending. It's never ending.
man, love talking hip hop. A lot
Hey,
of people haven't heard me talk this much hip hop in a minute.
yeah, those are my five right there, man. Those five would definitely they
No,
definitely helped.
that's a dope list. That's a dope list. Big Pun, Big Punisher.
Yeah,
Jeez.
that yeah, those syllables, man. Like the breath control. You know what I mean? Like again,
Like
he was another dude.
even his kid, Chris Rivers, even his kid, Chris Rivers is a monster.
Nah, a monster, man. Like it makes sense. You know what I mean? His dad was nice, so it's only right that you nice too, man. For real.
So what another thing I wanted to ask about was the Hold This L track and everything. How did that come together? Were you just
So
throwing ideas at the
actually,
wall?
that song is actually a few years old. I'd say about 4 or 5 years old. We were gonna release that track a while ago, but we just never got around to it. Like other things came up, other songs, music videos, this, that, and the third. So I wanted to end this year with at least two singles, and I was like, which one should I put out first? Like I have this other single that's to be determined, but I was like, well, let me put this one out first. Hold This L, and I pretty much looked at the old verse that I had, and I was like, nah, I'm gonna like spice this up, make it kind of funny. I pretty much treated it like a recap for the end of this year. I was like, let me make fun of everything in this shit, like 2020, the president election, all that stuff, everything. I was like, let me just throw it all in there and then make a nice little catchy hook in there. So when this shit's all said and done, it's like, pow, Hold This L, boom, and that's that. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much how that track came about.
Yeah, no, I also go back and rewrite old. Like, have you ever opened your old rhyme book? Like, I opened my old rhyme book, and I look at some of those rhymes, and I was just like,
Yeah, I used to do that. I still do that to this day. I mean, even the stuff that I write like a couple months ago, I'm just like, that was dope and all, but I could have came way harder than that. You
yeah,
know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? But
I do
I
that
got
a
fun in
lot.
the
I
book,
do that a
man.
lot. I do that a lot. Like
Yeah,
some
I
people,
got fun in
like
the book.
I had a track. We had a track with a couple of buddies of mine because we were trying to start this rap group and stuff, and it was called the Blackout Freestyle. And what happened was is that my verse came in, and I managed to write some of it, but I didn't have enough bars, so I ended up having to do a bit of a freestyle at the end. And
Oh,
then
okay.
everybody was like, all right, that's cool. And I hated the verse. I hated it so much. I was just like, no, no. And we didn't have enough studio time to re-record. So they're like, bro, it's going in. Like, you're not fixing it. That's
That's
it.
it. Yeah,
And to
now I
this
have
day,
my
people
book.
will go like, yeah, it's good. But I'm just like, nah, man, nah.
Yeah, I'm my worst. I'm my own worst critic, man. Like every time I put something out, I'm like, that was dope, but like you could have came way harder than that. It's like I feel like I still haven't written like that one verse that's like, oh, like there's no regrets. I don't, you know what I mean? Like I always listen back to my shit like I could have did better. I could have did better. I could have did better. You know what I mean? Always a student, never the master, you know?
But I think that is it's a good mentality though, because that's how haters can't bother you. Like
Yeah,
anybody who criticizes me or whatever, I'm just like I've said that to myself already. Like you wait, like
exactly.
come with something new. Like there's nothing that you can actually say. Except one of the weirdest ones I got is I have the energy of 21 Savage with less quotables. That was the weirdest
That,
criticism I got.
that is, yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, nah. Man, I don't even read into shit like that. When people say stuff like that, I'm just like, whatever. That's your opinion. Cool. You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
I am so unbothered. Like, this is how I knew I was unbothered. Like, stepping away from hip hop for a bit. Like, the Black Panther movie, when it came out and it was a phenomenon and everything. And there was this dude on YouTube called Red Pill who was saying that Black Panther is the most racist movie ever made. This made me mad. Like, I got mad, mad, mad. Like, you know how angry you got to be to edit a 20-minute video angry, like 20-minute video, that's like almost 24 hours of editing, and I'm mad the entire time because I was just like, nah, 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 nah. See, what we not gonna do here, what we not
yeah,
gonna do is we not gonna try and paint a 90% black cast movie as some sort of black supremacy movie, because that's not what it is. That's just
no,
not what it
absolutely
is.
not.
And that's what he was
No.
trying to do the entire time. And I edited this video, dropped it. It did pretty well for my channel, for my other channel. It did pretty well. And I just got flooded with hate comments, just flooded with all sorts of
Of
hate
course.
comments
I mean, I'm assuming the dude
whatsoever.
is white, right? I'm assuming the
Yeah,
dude is
yeah,
white.
he's very, you know what he looks like? He looks like the Monopoly man. That's what he looks
Oh,
like.
okay. Here we go.
No,
I
actually, he
mean,
looks like the Monopoly Man. If the Monopoly Man, no, he looks like the baby of the Monopoly Man and Wolverine. Like if they had sex,
oh,
that's what he looked like.
here we go. Nah, man. I don't. People are always gonna have something to say, unfortunately.
Yeah, so yeah, and his followers came at me hard. Like I was all sorts of they were fusing race. Like have you ever seen a person be so angry and so racist they start fusing all the racism together?
Yeah, of course. Of
Like you
course.
Nick Coon baboon, Nick Coon, you Nick Coon, and
Yeah.
I was just so unbothered. I was just like, y'all
Yeah,
really
like I
mad.
said,
Like
people
and
are
none
always gonna
it's
have
like
something to say.
and I won. Like I won the argument. Like if we put our videos side to side and I made one video, he made like 15. If like you put our video side to side, I pretty much beat his ass in that debate. Like if we were in a debate-a-thon, I whooped his ass. So I was like,
Yeah, like I said,
yeah,
people
so
are
I
always
was
gonna have
I was
something
just
to say.
very unbothered. I was just so unbothered. And I was like, okay, that's how I know this stuff is for me. If you guys can't phase me online, I don't care.
Yeah, exactly, man. I'm glad you did that because I swear, man. Like I said, people are always gonna say some shit. You know what I mean? Like
Nah,
it's
they always
inevitable.
gonna say it, but that don't mean you get to slide. Like we have to
Yeah,
call
nah,
you out.
I agree with you on that.
We gotta call you
But
out. We gotta say something. And then afterwards, if you still want to be on that tip, you was wrong and you got whooped. Like deep down,
yeah, word, word.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, I even saw some people in his comments being like, in his video, in response to mine, being like, "I think you lost, dude." And I was like, "Yeah, he knows. He knows." Like,
Yeah,
I mean, just because you have 20,000 subscribers and I had 500 at the time, that don't make you special. I'm sorry.
yeah, nah, word, yeah, nah. Numbers don't always mean you're the victor. You feel me? So,
And I was just like, we were
word.
arguing about, like, he even had one line in there that really made me mad. He was like, this video is dedicated to all the white people that brought Wakanda, that slaved over the Black Panther movie to bring
Oh
Wakanda to life. And in my video, I was like, slaved. That's the word you use. I'm sorry. I thought they got paid. See, if you get paid, it's not slaving, it's a job.
yeah, it is. I can't, man. I can't with people.
Nah,
I
hey,
don't.
nah. I was like, nope, you are just downing blue pills, sir. You didn't watch that movie. You are just downing blue pills. I don't know why you call yourself red pill.
Yeah,
I think
right.
you watched the wrong movie.
Straight up, man. Straight up.
All right, let's step away from controversies in hip hop for a second. We got to talk about them corny lines, though. Do they work? Because I've been trying
Yeah.
and I'm not winning.
Let me tell you, they work. I tell people this all the time. Those corny pickup lines definitely work. It's all about delivery. You can't laugh. You gotta say that shit straight face, like it's dead ass serious, and then it'll work. You know what I mean? Because I have people in my DMs, they be like, "Oh, dude, and shit is that funny," but like I don't know, and I'm just like, dude, you can't be nervous.
Shoot your shot.
Yeah, you have to literally do it like you're dead serious, because then she's gonna look at you like he's being dead serious, and then she might give you the time of day. But if you go into it kind of timid, like, listen, I mean, shirts made a boyfriend material. It's like then it's like they're gonna be like, oh, okay, he's a cornball. Like I'm not. No, it's like, and they're not gonna work. But I'm telling you, they definitely do work. You just gotta go into it with mad
Nah,
confidence.
man.
For real.
Yeah, dedication, man. Dedication. That's all it takes,
Yeah,
man.
for
Because
real.
I do a lot of puns on my stuff. I don't know if you saw them, and like
Yo.
Yeah, like a lot of like that corny stuff like what do you call a dude without piercings, like an unholy man or something like that.
Hmm.
And then the CSI music, you got the so a lot of people like like a lot of people will comment and they'd be like, oh man, that's so funny, and some people be like, what the hell was that, man? What the hell
Yeah,
was... But I
man, you
mean,
gotta
because of my dedication to the jokes, like people actually laugh because of that, so I'm just like, yeah man, if you throw yourself all in, it can work. It can work.
yeah, man,
Okay, which
absolutely.
one did you use that actually bagged you a honey? Like, I'm curious.
Honestly, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't talk to women. Women talk to me. So those pickup lines are for the fellas because for the most part, women be in my DMs. Like I don't be shooting my
Flex.
girls and stuff like that.
Flex
Girls be
City.
like, they flood into my shit like, yo, what's going on? I'm just like, I don't even gotta use a line at that point. It's like, okay, well, how's it going? But the lines be for the dudes, man. I mean, listen, I have used them before and I've gotten good responses, but as far as like actually picking up a girl, they're usually the ones hitting me with the lines, and I'm just like, oh, okay.
Hey,
That
Hyro, your biceps are showing, bro.
yeah. I'm saying, man, like I've been fortunate and lucky lately, man. I've been fortunate and lucky. So I'm
All
blessed
right.
out here.
So now there's something that I've been excited to talk to you about is comic books. Comic
All right,
books. I
let's
see a
get it.
lot of
Let's
your
get it.
posts and all of that stuff. So first off, how did you get into comic books? What was the
Oh,
first comic book that you read? If you can
well, I'd
remember.
say how I got into it is definitely my parents. My dad, he was born in '59, so like he had all the old school Fantastic Four and all, you know what I mean, the X-Men comics from back in the days, all the old school Superman, the action comics, you know what I mean? So just hearing him talk about stuff like that, that was really, really interesting to me. How I got into comics myself, like the first one I ever read, oh, I honestly I can't even tell you because I don't think it was a comic that I actually owned myself. I think it was just like one of those, like, that scene in the movie where the kid walks into the comic book store and he's just reading it in the store. It was like one of those. Like I
Oh
was reading
yeah,
it, and
yeah.
like, oh, this is crazy. You know what I mean? And I think it was like a Justice League one, and I was like, yeah, this shit is wild. And then the comic that it was, I don't remember which one it was, but like, that comic in particular focused a lot on the Flash, and I was like, yeah, this dude is fucking ill. I was like, this dude right here, I really like this guy. And then I just started reading Flash comics, everything, and then it just proliferated from there. Like I just started buying a little bit of everything: Batman, Flash, Superman, Green Lantern. Got into the Marvel stuff, X-Men, Fantastic Four, Inhumans. I was like, this is just crazy. Yeah, I mean, it was a nice escape. You know what I mean? To like, and I love the scientific aspect behind it too. Like it doesn't sound like bullshit. It's not like, oh yeah, well I did that because I'm smart. It's like, no, there's a lot of applications that they use where it's like that makes sense. Like he could do that. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, comics is definitely my life. Like that shit is.
Although I feel like the Flash creator was kind of lazy with him because like every Flash is the same.
I mean, the first one, Jay Garrick, he had the hard water vapors. He was a football star. He had the girl that he was trying to impress, and that one was different compared to the rest of them because I will say Barry and Wally, they pretty
They
much have
feel
almost the exact
interchangeable.
same storyline. Yeah, it's like the exact same storyline, but the rest of them, they kind of got their powers due to like revenge, or their powers a little bit based different. Like Godspeed, he doesn't actually run fast; he actually just steals speed that makes him look like he's fast. You know what I mean? And then Max Mercury and all these other dudes are from the future, and other dudes are from different variations. So it's like
Like, yeah.
I will say what made it more interesting as the years went on, like him just getting hit by lightning and chemicals. All right, cool, whatever. That's what are the odds of that? But then them changing it to Barry actually was the lightning bolt that gave him his powers. I'm like, oh, okay, well that actually kind of makes it
But
kind of
that,
dope.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
that
how
was
that happened.
nuts.
You know what I
That
mean?
was
Like
nuts. When I saw that happen, I was like, wait, but so he knew from the time travel is insane. Like time
yeah, I
travel is
know, man.
just
And the way they break it down in comics is way more complex than they do it like in the movies, like with Terminator and
no,
shit like
geez.
that.
Like I mean, even that whole Flashpoint event where Flash ran back in time and caught himself to stop himself from. I was like, wait, but doesn't that cause like a time paradox explosion? Which
Yeah,
is okay. But
it's
DC also reboot their universe every freaking 12 years. So I mean they need to also stop doing that. I think it's just to
absolutely.
keep it's just to keep Batman 40, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they don't want certain characters to die because, you know, they're so popular. If you take them out, then it's like, all right. I mean, look what happened when they killed off Barry. Like, everyone was pissed. It was just
Oh
like a,
yeah.
what? I mean, you know, and they had him dead for a while. And then out of nowhere, yeah, here's this other guy. His name is Wally. He comes out of nowhere, blah, blah, blah. And then they revamped his storyline before because he was actually like this rich kid that had a great family, but then they scrapped that and then made it kind of like he was just like a fan of his, blah, blah, blah. And then, hey, I'm gonna let you meet, you know, Barry, and then you can meet the Flash. And then, you know, you met him in the laboratory, and then the same exact accident that happened to Barry happened to him. Like, what are the odds of that? You know what I mean? So it's like, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, I think as I grow older, I stop looking at logic in a lot of these things. Like as long as
Yeah,
you can be, as long as you can be consistent with your rules, I think like as long as you don't really break your rules, I think I can like buy into it. Because one thing that's always made me laugh is when comic book fans make fun of anime fans and manga fans for when they break logic and stuff. Like they'll always be like, Goku doesn't make any sense. How come when he can transform, then he's like he was losing, but then all of a sudden he just gets a Super Saiyan thing and all of his
Mhm.
body is. And I was like, you do know that in the medium that you support, Superman can lift infinity and then struggle to lift a building.
Yeah,
Make it
exactly. Yeah.
make sense.
You can, yeah, nah, I mean, there's so many different things. I mean, that's why I did that whole segment with the whole "so you mean to tell me" thing, because it's like it doesn't make any sense. It's like so Barry can outrun death, but he can't outrun Mirror Master and Captain Cold. Like,
Like,
dude,
yeah,
that makes no sense. Like, come on, it's like,
like Captain Cold and Mirror Master are not a problem for the Flash. They are
yeah,
just
it's
not a
like I mean,
problem for
granted,
the Flash.
granted, they are both highly intelligent dudes. Like Mirror Master, especially because like you know his mastery over mirrors and how he does with this, that's great and all. But it's like if you really want to break it down, all of the rogues for each member of the Justice League, it really should just be like a that's it. Like the fight's over. Like it shouldn't be a prolonged thing where it's like a giant
Attoseconds,
novel.
people.
So the next time, like
Attoseconds.
no, no, no. It should literally as soon as they see each other, they're in jail. They don't even know what happened. Like, oh, how did I get here? It's like exactly. That's you're done. You know what I'm saying?
Bruh,
But
attoseconds. The Flash can think at attoseconds. You know how
that's what
small
I'm saying.
an attosecond is?
That's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like,
It's literally,
before,
literally Captain Cold goes, it's the Flash jail.
not even, before he even has the thought of saying it's the Flash, he's already, and I'm saying he's already in jail already. That's it. He doesn't
Like
even know what happened. Like,
I always get flack from Superman fans because I'm like, Lex Luthor is not a threat to Superman. Actually, people root for Lex Luthor because Superman has all the powers that he has. Like that's literally it. Like whenever Batman goes up against Superman, yeah, Batman can't beat Superman. We all know that. But because you know that, you want to see how Batman would do it
yeah.
because
And of
Superman is
course,
this behemoth
and
of
we
a
all know that
character.
Superman's a nice guy too. Superman's not gonna whoop Batman's ass. I mean, could he? Yeah, he could just flick him and it's over. But it's like that's his friend. Like he looks at him as a guy. So it's
But
like
I
he
think
knows
the thing
that.
that makes me mad with Lex, though, especially with Superman, is that there's only so many times you can get hit by kryptonite. Like for me, there's only so many times before I go, come on, dude. Like because the other thing is he had a lead suit in one of his comic books, and he just doesn't
Yeah,
wear
right.
it. And I was just like,
You know what it is? Superman is just, you have to remember too, which people forget all the time. Superman was raised as a human, so he has that naivete that a human has. If he,
bruh,
you
come
know, if
on.
he was like, if he was like his cousin, if he was like his cousin who's like, nah, I'm a Kryptonian, like, fuck y'all, boom, and then lived in the human life, maybe he wouldn't fall privy to all that shit because it's like, dude, Lex has hit you with that shit like 5 times in a row. Like, wouldn't you think, like, as you're
Jesus.
talking to this dude, like, maybe he has it on him? Like, you should be, but he so
Like
naive.
I'm
Like
just
he has
like
like
for me,
a
he
child of a
because he can see in space, like he can see on Earth in space. So I'm just
in the
like,
original comics, Superman thought like a human. When this dude was flying in space, this dude was choking on air, thinking that he actually needed it. It's like Superman. What are you talking? You're not even human, dog. You're a Kryptonian. Like you don't. Need, this dude's eating food and going to sleep. You don't need food and
bruh,
sleep.
bruh. Like I actually said that Superman is one of the worst superheroes ever because he could be Superman 24/7. What is this business
Yeah,
of you
like
taking lunch? Like,
this dude's also like, I gotta get home and get some rest. What rest,
yeah.
Clark? Like you know, like what rest are you talking about? Unless you actually got exposed to kryptonite, what rest are you talking about, bro? Like you are fine. You can literally stay up forever. Literally.
24/7. Like all you need is some
Yeah.
sun. All you need is
And
like
yeah,
that's
yeah. Even exactly. Even if he
Because
did need
even the
this,
fight with Doomsday, I was like, wait. So you're just not gonna fight him in front of the sun? Like you're not going to give yourself that
I
distinct
don't know why he
advantage?
doesn't just use that all the time. Like it's like after like if I was Superman, after like 5 minutes engaging with someone that's just as strong as me, I'd be like, you know what? I'm gonna either just take this dude to space or I'm gonna fly to the sun real quick, chill for a few minutes, come back down and just wreak havoc. But it's like this dude's also like, no, I can take him. It's like, dude, you're getting your ass whooped, Superman. You might want to just go to the sun real quick. Like that is your power source. Just go there, come back, boom. It's it. You know what I mean?
I think restricting Superman to a city is kind of what hurt him. Because
Absolutely. I mean,
Unlike Batman, he's not street level. Like Superman, and I think also like the fact that his powers don't have a cap. I think that for me is what took me out. Because I used to be a Superman fan as a kid, but just as the fights went on, and I saw one comic book that really cemented it when he was fighting. I think it was Mongol, and he literally did the rope a dope underneath the sun. So Mongol basically tired himself out punching Superman because Superman was not getting hurt because of all the solar ray he was absorbing. And I was like, I know Mongol's a villain, but that's cheating. That's
hey,
cheating.
listen,
Like,
I mean, one thing I'll say about DC Comics is that as much as I love them, they don't know when to stop. It's like
no.
they don't know when to just be like, look, it's like this is it. Someone should be able to beat him. It's like anytime I'm thinking
Roof.
like, okay, Superman's probably gonna lose this one. That's when a feat comes out, and I'm just like, all right. I'm like, so he can hold black holes in his hand now. I'm like, he can squeeze away solar system. I'm like, come on. I'm like,
He can
listen,
punch
I'm all for the hero winning.
reality. He can punch
Yeah,
reality.
like I'm all for the hero winning and all, but it's like I want to see the villain lose. Like I want to see the villain win too. Like, come on,
Yeah,
like he's always gonna have something to counter. Like I'm all
dude,
for
after
it.
you can
I'm all
punch
for it.
reality, what can anybody do to you? After you can punch, like how does your
Man,
fist
like I think
connect
in one
with
comic,
reality, dude?
I think in one comic, this dude Superman was like in a different sector, like he was in a different universe. And I think what's his name? Lois's friend. What's that dude's name?
Jimmy
That
Olsen.
works at the Daily Planet with them. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Jimmy
Yeah.
Olsen.
Jimmy hits the Superman watch. Jimmy hits the Superman watch. They said that Superman heard hit the watch like 15 light years away and then got to Earth in like 10 seconds. I was like, come on. I'm like, ridiculous. I'm like, come on. Like, that's just too, that's just, they
Like
stretching it now.
after you
Like,
see that, I read that comic. After you see that, you're just like, what can Lex do to this man? What
yeah.
can
It's
Lex
like,
do to this man? Like
it
what?
just doesn't make any sense. I'm
Uh,
over it. Like, again, I still
but
love
I mean,
DC.
to be fair though, Batman has also done some stuff. Like when Batman got
Absolutely. It doesn't make any sense.
when Batman got hit by, like, I love Batman. I'm a huge Batman fan. I'm Batman. I love Batman. But
Yeah.
Batman's
I
done
love
some
Batman too.
stuff where I'm just
I love
like,
him too.
yo, like when he
Listen,
got hit by the
the reason why Batman shit pisses me off is because this dude on the regular, in every comic you see, he's getting at least hit in the face or the body a few times by regular thugs, like when they're surrounding him. So I'm thinking like, okay, so this, I'm glad that they're showing this humanity side of him because it's like, yeah, you are just a human, dude. Like, yeah, you nice and all, but someone could get the best of you. I mean, the best martial artist in the world can get hit. But then when he's going against gods, he's dodging this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, dude. So you getting watched by so and so over here in the street, but you're just dodging omega beams and all this other shit. It's like,
bro,
dog.
even the one time he got hit by the Omega beams, he didn't even die. He went back in time and his conscience got separated to like cave Batman and pirate
One thing,
Batman and
one thing I'll never understand with is that Kevlar outfit he got on, it's strong and all, it's very durable, but dude, it's not that durable. It's like, dude, you're getting tossed around through brick walls, falling like 5, 6 stories, and you still got the strength to just get up and be like, it's all good, guys. Let's get out there. Like, no. Like, you're hurt. You should be really hurt. If Bane can break your back with a knee, when you get thrown through a brick wall, you should be on the ground, buddy. Like, you should be laying there. Like, everyone should be checking on him. Like, yo, is he all right? Like, he looks really hurt back there. Like he should be.
I mean, I love it when
I don't know about you.
I love it when he
Justice.
outsmarts the super people as opposed to going like one on one with them. Like one of my favorite panels of him. I don't know if you saw the movie. no, was it Justice League or was it Superman Batman where he gets the password of the hell spores for Darkseid's
Oh,
planet.
okay. I know you're
Yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah,
loved that because he was no match physically for Darkseid, but because he was like, I got the passwords, there's nothing you can do. Like if you
Oh
kill
yeah,
me.
yeah. Wait, are you talking about that? Is that the same one where he dies with Omega Beams? That's one where he was like,
No,
"Yo,
no, no, no,
Darkseid,
no.
look,
That's Justice League
that dude."
cartoon. I think the one I'm talking about is they were in the movie. Supergirl was there. Supergirl had just
Ah,
landed.
okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then he was like, yeah, Omega landing 79 or something like that or whatever. And Darkseid was
Yeah,
like,
no,
okay,
that's
respect,
his. I
man.
mean, that's his Batman superpower. His mind is his superpower. You know what I mean? All the contingency plans that he has, everything. I mean, he's look. I will say this: like whether his body is frail and he shouldn't be getting hurt, but his mind is very very solid. Like he doesn't just go into something like really like let's gun ho. Like nah, he's like listen, I got a plan. And I got 5 other plans for that plan, and I got 10 other plans for those 5 plans. Like I'm very well equipped. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah,
know
so I
what's
mean
going
that's why
on
for
here. So
me I'm okay when he's not the best martial artist in DC. Like if he's third or
yeah,
fourth, I'm like, I because he already does so much anyway. I mean, he's a
mhm.
scientist, he's an inventor. So like
Yeah,
there's no way he's gonna have enough time to be able to master the hands like that. Like
absolutely.
Bronze Tiger ain't coming up with a Batmobile. Like all he does
No,
all day is
nah,
throw
I mean,
kicks.
and that's what I was trying to explain to Clutch the other day, and I think even I was even talking to you about it. Like you know, he's never fully mastered one form of martial arts. He's just tapped into them for a few months and then moved on. Because even just reading that book I just posted the other day, becoming a superhero, becoming Batman, the possibility of a superhero. They said that like, yo, this dude doesn't sleep, he doesn't fully rest, so it's like he's never in that peak performance to even be the #1 dude. Maybe if he actually got some rest, really trained as much as these other dudes, yeah, he probably could be up there. But it's like every time you see Batman, you're looking at Batman at like 40%. Yeah, because it's like he's not sleeping. This dude's up all hours of the night. When he is Bruce Wayne, it's only for a few hours just so he can be like, all right, Lucius, do this, do that, Alfred, do this, and then I'm out being Batman again. Yeah, I mean, it's like he's not fully dedicated like Bronze Tiger and Lady Shiva and Richard Dragon and David Kane. Like those dudes dedicated their lives to martial arts. Like that's all they did. Like they weren't out here fighting crime every day. It was just wake up, martial arts, wake up, martial arts. Like you
Yeah,
said with Batman, it was
yeah,
martial arts.
they're not detecting and all of that stuff.
Exactly. And that's why he's a match for them because while they're just trying to fight him with hands, they don't realize that, oh shit, this dude Batman's got like 5 plans for me already. It's like, exactly. Like,
Mm.
this fight's going to be real short and I got missiles coming in. You're fucked. And it's like, it is what it is, you know? So,
Nah, man, but I'm just
like, he
saying
is the truth. He's like
that
that.
always made me laugh about like comic book fans when they come at like I don't know if you saw the death battle with Goku and Superman. Like that's when
Yes,
it
I saw.
came out where everybody was just like anime is so inconsistent. I'm like, excuse you, have you not read comic books before? Like
Yeah, fucking,
I'm sorry, Batman can't breathe in space for 27 seconds and then lose air underneath water. Like, like Batman
the
almost
whole
drowns, but then he can breathe in space.
the whole anime superhero debate. I mean, it makes me laugh because I'm not going to sit here and lie, but like there are tons of anime characters that would give superheroes and villains a run for their money, like beyond a run for their money. Like it would just be no contest. Like Goku, especially. Like besides like the heavy hitters like Superman and a few others, yeah, nah, Goku's washing so many people. But then in the same breath, but in the same breath, it's like anime fans, you guys need to realize that there are superheroes that would ice the whole anime universe, like literally all of your favorite characters, real quick, like without a thought. You know what I mean? Because one thing that people don't realize is that a lot of superheroes have a lot of mental training, whereas anime characters don't. And what I mean by that is you got dudes like Frank Richards who could automatically just fuck people up telepathically. Forget fighting them, just telepathically, and then they be done. Over. You know what I mean? The fight's over. You know what I mean? So it's like you got people be like, oh, Ichigo and Aizen and all these people and Zoro, they're nasty. Like, okay, you're right. They're super nasty. But guess what? Professor X, it's over. The fight's done. It's like they're done. They're dead. You mean lobotomized? They're babies. It's like there's no contest. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like
Professor X
that's the
would
one
watch.
advantage
Yeah,
they have.
Professor X would wash like I think maybe Mob Psycho would be the only person I can think of that could take him.
And then even then, he's not. Nah, he's not. Mob Psycho's. Listen, I love Mob, but he's not even close to Professor X status. Like Professor X is stretching his mind across universes. Like it's.
Yeah.
It's like he's too cheap. He's too cheap, and he can do things that Mob can't. Like he can actually make people stand still. Like he can create mental. He can literally make you feel like he can wipe your whole memory away.
And then you get to people like the Beyonder that can just warp reality. So you're just like,
exactly. Superhero, their power levels are on a way different scale than anime. Anime, they have nice planet level destroying people, and they even got some universal like destroying people too. But superheroes, they got multiversal. You know what I mean? It's like it's too cheap. Like I said, because the writers just don't know when to stop. They don't know when to just quit. It's like, dude, relax. Like, damn.
Like the minute you can hear across universes, there should be nobody that can surprise you, and then Superman still gets surprised. It's just like,
and then when they invented that whole Prime universe, I was like, oh, okay, here we go. And the Prime.
Oh yeah, with Superboy like, Prime and whatever, and that Infinite Crisis.
Prime 1 million. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, no one's that's literally like what top 5 strongest characters in everything.
Didn't he create like Lois? Didn't he bring like Lois back from the dead or something like that?
Dude. Superman Prime 1 million is the most broken character in all of comics. I'm sorry. And this is excluding, the one above all, the Living Tribunal, the Presence. I'm talking about just a pure fighting character. Like that character is like, I don't even know why they made that. Like that's not even a fun comic.
No, like I saw that and people were like, no, if Superman goes Superman Prime 1 million, Goku doesn't stand a chance. And I was just like,
he does it.
Because he does everything. He brings people back from the dead. Like,
this dude took a crystal from the Fortress of Solitude and threw it into the sun and lived there for 15,000 years. 15,000 years. Like, dude, this dude's whole body was gold. Like there was zero weaknesses at that point. You can't do anything. You can't delete them. You can't do nothing. So it's like, I saw that. I was like, huh. Like, what are you doing?
I definitely think that's why I've always gravitated towards the street level dudes. Always my cosmic knowledge is pretty decent. Like I've read a lot of cosmic comics, but more Guardians of the Galaxy stuff, because even then they're like more, even though they're on cosmic scale, at least they have like, I like weaknesses. I like people to overcome things. I don't like it when you have all the powers, because then I'm just like, there's no conflict here. There's literally no conflict.
I really more so relate to the characters due to their personalities. I mean, that's why I like the Flash. It has nothing to do with his speed. Like that is very impressive. But like, I like Barry because it's like he reminds me of myself. Like this dude's fucking clumsy. He's late, which is funny because he's the Flash. You know what I mean? He's a scientist. You know what I mean? I went to school for science, so it's like I like the relatability aspect of it. But yeah, the Justice League, that whole group is just a bunch of broken.
Although I think Wonder Woman is the one that got done right though, because I think Wonder Woman, you know what it is also. I think. Yeah, but I think also like Marvel, what they do with their characters, which I really like, is they scale them kind of. Like Thor's not based on a city. Thor's in Asgard fighting other Asgardians. So even when Thor's doing crazy stuff, he's fighting other people who can do that stuff as well. Whereas Spider-Man's not going to be in Asgard, just washing people in Asgard. He's going to be in New York. So I do like that. I think with DC, they keep putting their characters in cities or whatever, and then giving them these huge amounts of power. And then you're just like, but you fighting like Superman. I don't know why they can't be any crime in Metropolis. Who's going to rob a bank in Metropolis? Like who?
Yeah, it's like it's so funny you mentioned. It's like, if I lived in Metropolis, I'm not even thinking about doing shit like that, because it's like, dude, it's Superman. It's not like Batman where it's like you might get away with it. It's like Superman. It's like, dude, you're not going anywhere. It's like there's nothing you can do. Like you even thinking about it, he'll probably hear the thought in your head. Like, don't do it. It's like, you're right. Never mind. You're right. You know what I mean? Like.
So what did you think about that Injustice stuff though? Because I also wanted to talk about this to like other comic book. What did you think about the Injustice event and everything?
The Injustice event was, I'm sure, eye-opening for a lot of people, because you saw a lot of things that you wouldn't think that some of these heroes would do, like Superman killing people, Batman killing people. It's like, wait, because you got those diehard stands that are like, he would never do that. Like that's crazy, and it's like, And then you get even further down with like DC Metal and all that stuff and Rebirth. You're like, whoa, like these dudes really are murderers now. Like those codes are just out the window. Like,
Well, I mean, in
granted, some of
Injustice,
these dudes,
Batman was still pretty much Batman. I think it was only Superman in his
yeah,
camp that kind of flipped.
yeah. Nah, he was. You know what I mean? Like, it's
Like,
funny. Like, I'm.
yeah, no, sorry, go ahead. Sorry, cut you off.
Go ahead.
Oh, well,
No,
anyway,
I was saying like, yep, no.
God damn it. All right, no, you first.
No, although I touched into it a little bit, I'm more of like an old school comic type of person because there's still a lot of stuff that I haven't touched on and read that makes me raise my eyebrow. And certain people don't even know how certain things came to be, and that certain people had powers but don't have them anymore or whatever. Like Lois used to be a superhero at one point for a brief second, and you know. So and so, and I'm just like, oh shit, like I didn't even know that. You know what I mean? Granted, that shit's all retcon now. It doesn't matter, but it's just like it's still cool knowledge to have because it's like actually, you know what I mean? She did have mastery over this for a minute. You know what I mean? It's like it's still cool to mention.
Did you know that
the
she
new
was
stuff
black?
is dope too, though. I mean, I love the artwork, everything. It's still cool.
Did you know that Lois was black at some stage?
Originally?
No, not originally. Like she steps into a machine and she comes out as a black woman.
I did not know that. I did not read that. That doesn't surprise me though. But that's why I like reading the old comics because you get to see stuff like that, and it's just like, bruh, how did this happen? You know what I mean? Like, what was this? You know what I mean? Like,
I was just like,
it's cool to see, and
yo.
especially even those films.
I was like, that's wild. Y'all
Yeah,
just
nah,
turned her
man,
into a whole, like for a good couple of issues, old school issues, she's a black woman. And then they did the same
yo,
with Frank Castle. Apparently, Frank Castle was also black at some stage,
man, that's
and
another
you're
one
just
right
like,
there. That dude is wild.
and you're just like, why did y'all do that? Like,
I mean,
apparently,
but then you
yeah.
can argue the same thing when people were like, "Oh, why is Samuel Jackson playing Nick Fury? Nick Fury, blah blah blah." And it's just like, wait a second, wait. Like Nick Fury had so many reboots and revamps. It's like, dude, he was white, then he went black, then he was white again. It's like
Well, I mean,
y'all
also
like,
it was
but
from
then that
another
goes to
universe, I
separate
guess.
the people that actually
Yeah,
exactly,
yeah.
yeah. It's like you can't, you know what I mean? Like there's movie knowledge comic fans, you know, there's movie knowledge fans and then there's comic fans. And it's like you got to separate the two because people will dead ass throw those movie facts in your face like Superman can't do that. It's like you've never read a comic before. That's fine. That's cool. That's great. It's good for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's
there's
like
people who legit think Captain America is stronger than Spider-Man because of Civil War. And I'm just like, huh. Like, I mean, granted, he's doing stuff in that movie where I'm just like, come on, fam. Like,
listen, I'll say this. Cap has more fighting experience than Spider-Man. So when they do fight, yeah, it's not going to be just a run in the park for Spider-Man. Like, no, he's going to outsmart him. You know what I mean? Because he does, you know, the serum does make him whatever. But it's like, if Spider-Man wanted to flick, and that's it. It's over. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he wanted
no,
to,
I mean, he kicks War Machine in that movie, bro. In Civil War, he kicks War Machine. I was just like, I know this is his
Yo,
movie, but
did you see how easily he handled Falcon and Winter Soldier? Like he wasn't even trying. He wasn't even trying. He was just like, you guys stay there, see you later. If he wanted to, he could have killed them. He could have actually killed them. You know what I mean? Like that whole fight scene is super dope, but no one was really trying to hurt each other there. You know what I mean? Because if everyone was really trying to hurt each other, that fight would have literally lasted minutes. Like, no, not even minutes, seconds. You know what I mean? Like,
although there's
Wanda
one thing I do
alone
have a problem with that movie though, because everybody says it's a perfect movie and it's a great movie. Love that movie. It's got a lot of
yeah, I love it.
issues. It's got a lot of issues though. Like for one, Tony Stark took this kid and almost got him killed. And you know, like Steve Rogers doesn't even know how strong Spider-Man is, but he drops a whole bridge on him. I was just like,
I mean, look, that type of stuff is the same argument that you can make with Batman. Because like I was talking to Clutch about this the other day. I'm just like, yo, I love Batman. He's a great character. But this dude brings children into the field with him. Like, how are you going to be an advocate for taking down crime, this, that, and the third, doing what's right? But dude, you're bringing 9 and 10-year-olds into the field with you. People that
Yeah,
have guns,
nine and ten.
like,
Yeah.
dude, you're letting fifth graders go after bad guys while you're over here dealing with another bad guy. Like, that is wild to me. Like, and he sees no problem with that. But let a 20 or 30-year-old that actually have powers be on some like, I want to join the Justice League. Nah. It's not safe for you. Batman, you literally let children. You literally let children in the field with you. Like, what are you talking about, dude? Like,
although in their defense, though, Gotham doesn't really do like child innocence that well. Because I mean, everybody's getting poisoned. Everybody's getting poisoned every 2 seconds, and there's like murder in the streets every 2 seconds. So, and I mean, Batman was traumatized as a kid himself. But yeah, no, you're right. Like
now you're right.
Batman would be in jail. Batman would be in jail. He definitely
because this Cap had no background on Spider-Man, so it's like, dude, you dead ass dropping like a giant crate on him. It's like, you could have killed him. Like, what if Spider-Man's arm just gave out? Like, you dead ass just killed a 16-year-old.
That's what I was just saying. I was like, wait, you can't tell me he gauged his strength just because, and especially if he can pull Spider-Man's webs, you might want to think twice about dropping something heavy on this kid. Like, you might want to
I don't know, man. I don't know.
But a lot of the MCU movies have issues. Like I love Infinity War. I love Infinity War. But why did Doctor Strange take so long to whip out those powers? Like, that didn't make sense to me. Like, he was going one-on-one with Thanos, who had 2 Infinity Stones, yet in the beginning of the movie, he doesn't use any of those powers or whatever to protect the stone that's supposedly important. I was just like,
but it's like in movies, it's just like what we were talking about in the comics. It's like they have to stretch it a little bit because if they wanted to, Doctor Strange could have just did the whole time stone thing like he did in the Doctor Strange movie, and then the movie would have been done. You know what I mean? But it's like if you do that, then there's no movie. It's like the movie's just pointless at that
no,
point.
my sister told me that I'd be that guy in the writing room. They'd kick me out eventually. Like, I'd be that guy in the writing room. They'd kick me out. They'd be like, dude, we need to make this movie. Stop it.
It's like, and then to be looking at the 14 million scenarios and don't even say what happens. Like, we do win, but it's only one of them. Like, all right, nigga, like, tell us right now, what is it? And then he's gonna hit him with the, if I tell you how you in Endgame, if I tell you how it happens, it won't happen. Really? I'm pretty sure if you told Tony, hey, you need to sacrifice yourself, I'm pretty sure he would have been like, okay. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think Tony would be like,
he didn't even need to sacrifice himself. That was
I don't think Tony would have been like, nah, never mind. Let's just let the universe die again. Sorry.
Yeah, but I mean, like, also, he didn't even need to sacrifice himself because Doctor Strange was messing with the waterfall somewhere. I was like, Doctor Strange can literally take everybody off of the board right now. Wong, like, I don't know if you ever watched How It Should Have Ended, but Wong, he could just take people off the board with the mirror magic or whatever.
Wanda's still holding a grudge over here against Thanos, and I'm just like, Wanda, you can level this whole playing field right now. Like, why are you playing around? Like. We still haven't seen her reality warping powers yet. She's still just doing regular bullshit stuff. And I'm just like, Wanda, you can literally just end this whole shit right now.
She could have killed Thanos. Like, she literally could have killed Thanos by herself. Like, they actually did it.
Black Panther, another one. Dude, you've beaten the whole entire Avengers by yourself. Dog, what are you doing? What are you doing out here? You know what I mean? Like, that's one thing I will say I didn't like about the MCU, that they didn't make this dude as smart as he really is. Like, he actually
they didn't show it enough. They didn't show it enough.
So they made the main focus his sister. Like, his sister is the one that's like the genius, and he's just like the guy that wears the suit. And it's like, no. We're talking about the dude that invented shadow physics, the dude that helps the Fantastic Four and Avengers with their tech constantly.
The one who beat Dr. Doom. He beat Dr. Doom single-handedly. He beat Dr. Doom single-handedly.
The Avengers by himself. He's also wearing the Infinity Gauntlet. So it's like, I don't know. Marvel would be playing games, but nonetheless,
I think they had to depower a lot of people though. But I like when they did depower a lot of people. When they did depower a lot of people, they upped like a lot of people as well. Like Captain America's holding Iron Man's boot. He's holding a literal rocket with one hand. Oh, well, I mean, at least it's not Fast and Furious territory.
I mean, it's damn near there though. I mean,
No, dude,
it's
Fast and Furious
close.
is more The Rock, like the Hobbs would beat the brakes off of Captain America. If you ever put them together in the arena to have a fight, Hobbs would break Captain
I
America.
mean, what did it for me is in that fight scene where he's fighting Iron Man with Winter Soldier, dude, this dude, Captain America, is punching a titanium suit with his bare hands, and he's just eating it like it's nothing. Like I'm like, dog, you know you're punching titanium, right? Like, like that's not no problem. Like, no, dude, your hand should be fucked up. Like,
Yeah,
and you're getting
yeah,
punched
yeah.
in the face by a titanium suit, and you're just
Yeah.
like, I can do this all day. No, you can't. No, you can't, Cap. No, you actually can't, dude. Like, I know you're strong and all.
I still think the Fast and the Furious family would wash the Avengers, like physically, like like The Rock healed his hand just by flexing his muscles in that movie. He just flexed his muscles and his hand came back to normal. Yeah, so I mean, they superheroes at this point. I was like, y'all can go against Thanos at this point. Yeah, but I mean, I think like the logic of comic books is as long as you keep me immersed and don't break the rules too much. Like, the minute Superman punches reality, I'm out. I'm out because I'm like, okay, he can do anything now.
Honestly, I'm out even just reading certain comics that have certain things like that. Because, like, like I said, like with the whole Batman going against Darkseid and all these other people, I'm just like, okay, I'm like, if Darkseid punches Superman and Superman starts bleeding, that means when he punches Batman,
Should be dead.
yeah, you know what I mean? So it's like, why is Batman still standing? I don't understand. You know what I mean? And then even some of the old school comics where I think what was it? One of the old school comics from like the '60s where Hulk is mega enraged, and then Captain America comes through, hits him 2-3 times in the knees, hits him in the chin, incapacitates him. I'm like, no.
Yeah, I saw that. I
Hulk
saw that.
Manhattan, and he can knock him out just in 3 pressure points with the shield. I don't know about that.
I was like, I'm pretty sure that skin is still tough as nails, even if he's got pressure points all the same.
Yeah, like, I'm sorry, Cap. Like, you're really dope and all, but they're taking that whole enhanced mind shit to the next
Although,
level. Yeah.
although one thing that made me laugh is when Dwayne McDuffie was writing Fantastic Four and he put the Black Panther and Storm in there, and then they had this one panel where Black Panther came with the device to steal the cosmic energy from the Silver Surfer because they were having a problem with the Silver Surfer, and then he puts the Silver Surfer in an armbar, and the whole comic book community was just in an uproar. They were just like, there's no way he can do that. Black Panther can't put him. It's not possible. But then in the same year, I don't know if it was the same year or the year after, Daredevil he kicks Silver Surfer out a window. Like, Silver Surfer really pops up in Daredevil's office, and Daredevil takes off, puts on his uniform, and kicks, and everybody's just like, "What's wrong with that?" And I was like, "Wait a minute, wait a minute."
Certain characters, God powers. I'm sorry, I'm gonna raise an eyebrow when I see regular people giving them a run for their money because it's like, no.
No, but I'm like, how did y'all have a problem with Black Panther doing the armbar? Because at least there was a logical reason. At least there was a machine. At least he sapped the cosmic energy, even if Silver Surfer can take it back, sure, whatever. But how y'all just accept that Daredevil's going to kick a dude who beat the Hulk one-on-one, a cosmic being? Daredevil kicks him out the window, and everybody's like, "Nah, that's fine."
It's like, I guess the thing for me is like, round of applause for all these non-powered humans going into battle with these comic beings, thinking like, it's whatever, like, I can beat them, like really?
Silver Surfer could have just snapped his fingers and Matt Murdock would be dead.
Could have just looked at them and like just turned into particles. That's it, done. You know what I mean? Like, I really do find it very, very amusing when I see shit like that. It reminds me of I made a post about this, I think, a while ago. It reminds me of Moomin Rider from One Punch Man. It's like, dude, you have nothing. You have 0 power whatsoever, but you're just running into battle like it's whatever. And I'm just like, that's very brave of you.
No, I admire that. Yeah, I admire that.
Yeah, I admire it too, but it's just like, you're going to die, right? Like, you're actually going to die a terrible death. Like, it's crazy, but it's
like one panel that made me laugh. I laughed so hard is when Captain America punches Galactus. I don't know if you've seen this. Like,
no, that sounds fucking ridiculous. Like,
Captain America punches Galactus.
I can't, man. I
And
just can't.
I was like, all right, okay.
I can't. It just kills me. Something like, look, I think it's still entertaining. I still think it's dope, but it's just like, dude, like, when would that ever work? Like, Cap, when would that ever work? I mean, even in the end of Infinity War, when you see them all like rushing Thanos like that, I'm like, what are they doing? I'm like, just let Vision die. Like, come on, like, what are you gonna do, Cap? You're really gonna?
Well, apparently
you see him like he's like punching. I'm like, Cap, you're literally doing 0 damage to him. That's not even a tickle. Like, it's doing nothing.
Well, I mean, apparently he can take a whole fist from Thanos and be all right. Like
yeah, he took that punch like it was nothing. Like, this is the dude that lifted the galactic engine. You know how heavy that thing is? And you know how heavy that thing is? Like, come on. This is the dude that beats Hulk on a regular basis. Punches Cap, and Cap's still alive. Dude, Cap's head should have been.
I thought he was dead.
Yeah,
I thought he was dead. Like, I thought when they did that, I thought, oh my God.
Him and Black Widow should have been beyond dead. Like, with that next scene, I was saying, like, okay, so Cap's dead, Black Widow's dead. The next thing you know, Cap just gets up like, what happened? I'm like, what happened? You should be dead. That's what really happened. Like, you should be dead, dude. Like, I don't know how they do it.
I mean, you know, I love talking about this stuff, but you know, at the end of the day, the writers are just like, shut up, you nerds.
Yeah, right? It's like, it just like I said, it mind boggles me because they'll make that tiny little rectangle at the bottom of the comic saying, like, at this point, Cable can do this, and this. No one can stop him. And then, like, to your point, like, a regular person will just come in and like punch Cable in the face, and I'm just like, you just said no one can stop him. You just said no one can stop. So this regular guy just knocks the wind out of him, and they're like, what happened? Like, what happened to that? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, man. Oh, but speaking of which, I actually wanted to talk to you a bit about anime though, since learning that you're an anime fan and everything.
Yes, sir.
So, is there any particular anime that are your favorites of all time? Do you have any animes that are
my favorite of all time, and it will always be this, is Yu Yu Hakusho, solely for the music. Everything else is just a bonus. The music alone gets me. The character development, the old school look and style, I love that. You know what I mean? In turn, I also love Hunter x Hunter. But besides Yu Yu Hakusho, I would definitely say I'm like more of an old school dude too. I like Fist of the North Star.
That was like crazy. Oh my gosh. That's insane. I never knew niggas could do that with their finger. Like, this dude will touch your eye and your leg will explode.
Once you hear that, it's a wrap. It's like, once you hear that, it's like, you know you're dead. Like, literally, straight up. Yeah, nah, that show was ahead of its time. Because it got
insane though. It got insane though. Like, he was the original One Punch Man. Like, he literally.
That's what I was about to say. Like, he is the original. Because, like, what made it so dope for me is that in the beginning, he was really like boxing these people out. But then once he like really fully mastered it, he wasn't even really fighting dudes like that anymore. Like, he was just standing there and just literally going like, and then be like, yeah, so when I walk away, you're going to take 5 steps and then your head's going to blow up and then your arms are going to fly. It's like, I'm like, damn. I'm like, why would dudes go against? Every time I watch a new episode, I'm just like, you've heard of this dude and you heard what he can do. Like, why would you go against? Like, you want
like henchmen in every medium always make me laugh. They always make me laugh because I'm like, you just saw 5 dudes get their heads exploded. Why are you not running? Like, if that's me and I see he can explode dudes' heads with a finger, I'm out. Like, I quit.
Yeah, as soon as I see my first dog get blown up, I'm like, yo, Kenshiro, whatever you need, I got you, bro. I'll tell you what the boss is. Like, what do you need to know? I got you. Like, I got you. Because it's like, I don't want the same fate as that dude. Like
bro, his eye exploded and then his head. I'm good. And
that's just Kenshiro. We're not even talking about the other dudes like Ray and Shu that can literally like slice air and like your body turns into Swiss cheese. And I'm just like, you want to go against dudes like this? Like, why? Like, he just turned you into string cheese. Like, I don't want. Why would you do that? Like,
I'm quitting. I'm leaving. I'm sorry, boss.
That show was ahead of its time because a lot of the stuff, that show like kind of really sparked like the power ups, like the ores around the bodies, the turning invisible, and the intangibility, and
Yeah,
the
it's older than Dragon Ball Z, I think.
yeah. It's like I think
Yeah.
it's older by like a year or two. Yeah, it's older. And actually, if you listen to the show and really look at the names, like you see where most of these mainstream characters got like their names from. Like, okay, you see that dude Naruto's like that's like those names are from other shows, and then they just put them into newer ones. So it's like I said, you see so like Ken Fist of the North Star and Dragon Ball Z, they set the foundation for a lot of what we have today, which is really really incredible because it just goes to show that not nothing against the writers, but it's like you guys really aren't like that creative anymore because it's like you're still just taking the same template of you get strong, you can power up even further, you can power up even further. You know what I mean? So it's incredible what they were doing back then. But yeah, Fist of the North Star, Yu Yu Hakusho, yeah, Hunter x Hunter, all the old school classics, Full Metal Alchemist, and not Inuyasha, all those things. But yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho for sure is probably my number one right
No,
now.
Yu Yu
Like,
was really good. I just think at the end it kind of got weak because they wanted to just wrap up the tournament stuff. But that first three parts were very, very strong, in my opinion.
yeah, they ended the show kind of. I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of
Not,
corny. Yeah, I
yeah,
mean,
I mean,
you
it wasn't a terrible ending, but just for what they had set up, I was like, if y'all ended it after he fights the other soul detective or whatever, when you like
yeah, Sensui,
when that wraps up, I would have been like, yeah, I'm cool with that. I think that would have been a doper ending.
I was just mad that they introduced his dad. His dad's like super badass. And the next thing you know, like three episodes after that, he's just dead from starvation. I'm just like, what? I'm like,
Yeah, like I wanted to see
I
some
want
more
to
of
see him
him.
fight so bad. I want to see him fight so bad. And it's just like, no, you just get to hear about how
No, but
nice
Yu
he
Yu
was.
Hakusho was really, really good. And it was one of the first old school animes I watched where I was just like, yo, this is amazing. Like, geez, I
Yeah,
didn't.
nah, it was, I'm not gonna lie. Those first few episodes, I'm like, what the f is this about? Like, what is this? I'm like, this kid just gets hit by a car and that's it. And now he's in the afterlife. I'm like, I don't understand this. And then literally like maybe like 8 episodes after that, this dude's doing the most ridiculous training in the world, like handstand push-ups, sitting on a
What is it with senseis and trying to kill their students? Every
yeah,
sensei tries to
like
kill their students.
not even just kill their students, but killed their 10, 12, 13-year-old students. Like Yusuke was like 13 years old. Like, dude, like what are you making this dude do all this shit? Like, I don't understand. Like, he has to go home, right? And go to sleep for school tomorrow, right? Like, I don't understand. Like,
Like, didn't Jiraiya throw Naruto down a mountain? I was just like, what's
yeah,
happening?
like what's going these are these are children, right? Like these are literally children. It's one thing when they're like 18, 19. Okay, fine. Yeah, do that. But like Yusuke was dead ass like 12 years old. Gon was 11 years
Like,
old,
as
12 years
much
old.
as we talk trash about Batman, at least Batman ain't throwing them off of buildings and stuff.
Yeah, like he's training them in his bat cave. That's it. The end. Whereas in anime characters, they're on some like
Oh
listen,
no, bro! They all like Ivan Drago. If he dies, he dies.
yeah, like and it's funny because some of them actually say that. They're like, and if you don't survive this, it means you weren't worthy to begin with. Like, this is literally a child, dude. Like this isn't like someone that was just, like
like
this
the
is
way
literally
Hisoka boxes Gon, I'm just like that doesn't even make sense. Like you are a fully grown man, sir.
yeah, seriously, like it didn't make any sense at all. But yeah, I love that show. That show's super dope. But I'm not gonna lie though, some of these newer shows just as fire though. Promise Neverland and Fire
Oh
Force and
yeah,
all. I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah,
whoa!
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like Heat. I'm like Heat. This shit is crazy. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I
Like,
really liked Fire Force. I really liked Fire. And another thing, I
yeah,
don't know if you'll agree with me, but I think another thing that really makes shows is like music and sound effects. Like if the
absolutely.
music and sound effects are not good, the animation can be crisp, but I won't be like tuned into it or whatever.
That's what made me like Yu Yu Hakusho. Like that. First of all, their opening song, I'm like, yeah, this is a bop right here. Like this shit is hard. And then the soundscape for the Dark Tournament, I'm like, yeah, I'm like, this is really really hard. Like every time I start a new anime, I listen to the opening, the closing, and then like the mid song that you're gonna hear every time some like crazy stuff goes down. If those don't hit me, I'll automatically be like, yo, this is cool and all, but nah,
Yeah,
like
like
this is
Naruto when they play that piano, dun dun
yeah,
dun
yeah, yeah.
dun
Like
dun dun dun. Or Vegeta when he about to go in and you hear hell's bells. Dun. I was like,
yeah, it's like there's
oh
certain things
man.
I'm just like, this ain't it, dude. Like I might just fast forward a little bit, just be like, okay, the song's over now. Like at least I can see the fighting. You know what I mean? Because I can't, man.
Like another one that's really good that I'm enjoying is Vinland Saga. Vinland Saga is actually pretty
Listen,
beast.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. First 3-4 episodes had me sold. I was like, this dude Tors is fucking ill. I'm like, this show is crazy. I'm so glad people told me to watch it, and then they killed him, and I'm just like, this show's trash. Like, this show's trash. I can't. I was like, this show's trash. I was like, this show's trash. How you gonna kill my man's like that? He was literally the best in the show. I'm like, what?
Yeah, no, he the way he goes out, it's so painful.
I would have been happier if my man's was just like, oh, you give up? Good. And just chopped his head off. Because then I still would have been mad, but I would have been like, you know what? You gave him a nice, honorable death. What does he do? All right, well, thanks for being an idiot. 1,000,000 arrows to the body. I'm like, what? I'm like, that's how you gonna do my man's? I'm like, that is so whack. I was like, yeah, this show. I literally turned the episode off. After that episode, I couldn't watch the show for like a good I was like, nah, I can't. I was like, I'm mad. I'm really mad. Like, nah. I thought we was gonna see this dude go through at least like a few missions and because I knew
bro, he's a parent. Parents don't survive anime. You know the rule. Parents don't survive anime.
I thought he would at least. But you know what they did though? They sucked us in with that first episode. You see how crazy he was going off in that first episode, right? Like this dude was jumping from ship to ship, killing like 100 people. And then he's a parent now. Like you say, he's a parent. He's trying to be the good dad. And I'm just like, I couldn't believe that shit. And then I'm not gonna lie to you, even though the show's dope and the animation's fire and all, you have to admit, it's just super mega predictable. It's like, okay, his son's eventually gonna be super nice, and he's gonna, get the guy eventually that killed his dad. I'm just like, and I can see why they're fighting so hard for a second season because it's just like I already predicted the whole shit in like episode 8. I knew it was gonna happen. Like, come on, like we knew he was gonna get good. I mean, he said it. Like he had the resolve. I mean, even the crewmen said it. They were like, yo, this kid's dead ass serious. Like, you see how serious he is over there? Like, he dead ass wants to get revenge for his dad. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but I mean, as a person that's read the manga, the direction that they actually take it in, it does go some predictable beats, but then they do a switch around, which was just, I found it very interesting.
I'd be cool if they make a second season. Right now, they're really tossing it up in the air. You know what I mean? I mean, I know it's kind of hard, and I know they spend a lot of money too on animation, but it's a dope show. It's a dope show.
And I mean, at least Thor's is like one of the best anime dads. Like anime dads is like a lot of people give Goku flack. I will say
that he did. I mean, well,
a lot of people give Goku flack, but I mean, at least Goku's there. Like unlike Gin straight up ditched his kid.
Ging is probably like number 2 for me, but you have to admit though, Thor's in that little flashback, that nigga didn't want nothing to do with his daughter or his son. He was like, listen, you name her, I don't care, I'm out. I was just like, okay, Thor's like, damn. Like, that's when he was like really a Viking. Like, I really don't care about y'all or this kid. He even said it. He was like, birth me a boy next time. I'm out of here. You know what I mean? I'm like, but nah, you're right though. As far as him being, he actually was like a good dad. Like when he came and stayed in this, he was a good dad. Compared to Ging, Goku, Yujiro, those dudes.
But Goku is at least there. Like, at least Gohan and Goten. But I'm saying Goku at least is there. Goku, like Goten and Gohan, at least know what he looked like. Ging straight up left his kid in the forest.
He did not raise. He raised Goten, but he did not raise Gohan. He didn't care about Gohan at all. Like Piccolo, this is pretty much your son. Goten, hey, how's it going? You know what I mean? Like, and then Ging, like you said, Ging was just also like, yo, listen, I don't give a fuck about you, nothing about you. I just want to be a hunter, and that's that. Like, the end. Like, I really knew Ging wasn't shit when, what was it? When they played that tape before they went to Greed Island, he was like, if you guys look for me, if I see you, I'm just gonna run away. Well, I'm like, damn, Ging, like, you really are. Like, you really don't care about this nigga.
Ass nigga. I was just like, come on, bro.
Jet, I don't care about you. I became a hunter because I wanted to be a hunter. Like, I don't plan on visiting you. I'm like, yo, Ging, you really going in right now. Like, you are a shitty dad. Like, but shout out to Gon though for having
even the Elric's dad was a little bit better. Even the full Metal Alchemist dad was a little bit better. I mean, he kind of had a whack reason for doing what he did as well. Like he was just like, I'm sick, so I have to bounce. What?
And a lot of these dudes are a lot of these parents, they were thinking for themselves, and then when shit hit the fan, they were like, all right, well, sorry, see you later. You know what I mean? It's just like, dude, like it's
No,
crazy out
like
here. But
I want to ask creators sometime. It's like, was your childhoods all right? Because like every
yeah, like
like like every dad is disappearing. Every dad is, even Deku's dad is not there. What the hell is going
it's
on
like
with dads in anime?
either they disappear, they stick around and disappear, or they do the most fucked up thing to their kid. You know what I mean? Like you got Gaara's dad who like gives him the demon shit, and then you got Aaron's dad from Attack on Titan where it's like, you know what, let me just make my son a Titan. Fuck it, I don't care. Oh well. It's like my life's ass, so I'm gonna die anyway. So let me just make him a Titan too. Like, bro, like what are you doing out here?
Don't
Like,
have kids. Like, just don't have kids. Just don't have them.
you gave your kid a early death sentence. Like Aaron only has like a couple years to live now because of you, bro. Like, what's up with you? Like, he doesn't even get to be. You talk about, oh, have a great family and 11 kids. He can't even do that now. You gave him the Titan shit, and now it's like he's dead in a few years. Like, come on, dog.
Like that's one area where I think comics beats anime is at least like the dads in comic books are there, and at least they care and they stick around, and Batman adopted them, and at least they in the house, and I know they risking life and limb, but you get to have dinner. Anime, they don't give a damn.
Yeah, like you said, Deku's dad, all these people, it's like, dude, they give no F's whatsoever. They're on some like, listen, it is what it is. If, you know what I mean? Look at Endeavor. I mean, this dude's also like, you're gonna be my son, you're gonna do this, that, the third. No, I'm not. All right, cool. I'm gonna beat your mom then.
Literally.
Like,
and I know
really?
and I know people always go, Endeavor, it's like everybody loves Vegeta, but Vegeta was a murderer. I'm like, Endeavor's a superhero. Big difference. Vegeta never started out like that. He was straight up villain. So for him to have the arc that he had, yeah, it makes sense. Endeavor's supposed to be a superhero, so he can't be beating on women and smacking people around and all of that stuff and abusing his family, and we're all supposed to be cool with it. Like,
he was mad at his wife because he didn't get the offspring he wanted. Like, bro. Where are we living right now? Like, I don't get it. Like,
like that's automatic cancel. Like, that's canceling for 2020.
Yeah, nah, it's crazy, man. But yeah, nah, I mean, I respect both.
I love it. I love both of them. I love both of them at the end of the day. I'm just like,
one thing I can say that I don't like though is that in anime I hate the whole comparison shit, especially when it comes to just the anime itself. Like, not even if you're excluding the manga, that's one thing, but when you got people that never seen anime before, they watch it once and then they're like, oh, Deku can beat so and so, or so Naruto can definitely beat the Superman. I'm just like, dude, relax. Like, I know that's your favorite show and all. Like, I get it. It's great. Like, My Hero Academia is fun and all, but it's like, in what world? It's like, why would you even say
it's like when people say that Naruto, it's like when people say Itachi can beat Goku or Vegeta because of Genjutsu. I'm just like,
dude, first of all, speed alone isn't even comparable in those shows. Like, don't get it twisted. Naruto and Minato, all those dudes, they're mad fucking quick. Like, they're quick as hell. But instant transmission is pretty much like, yeah, it's not even close, dude. You got these dudes that teleporting from different universes.
I think Krillin could wash a good set of Naruto characters.
Absolutely. That's a fact.
Like, Krillin by himself.
Same with his wife. The androids are fucking up mad Naruto characters. Absolutely.
And I love Naruto. I used to, but there's
some people stay in their lane though. It's like, besides like Naruto, Madara, Itachi, like those big heavy hitters, everyone else is up for grabs, man. I'm sorry. Shino and Shikamaru and all these dudes, they're really good, but they're not touching DBZ characters. I'm sorry. They're not even the same power level.
Yamcha. I think even Yamcha. And I know Yamcha is the joke. I know.
Like, listen, saying, like, people need to just realize that the scales are just not even the same, dude.
I mean, like, they take forever in Naruto to blow up a moon. To blow up a moon in Dragon Ball Z, that's like an afternoon or whatever.
Yeah, like, come on, you got Beerus is sneezing away planets. Literally sneezing. So it's like, dude, like, Y'all putting all this chakra effort into blowing up a planet. Meanwhile, this dude's just sneezing over here. He's just blowing the shit up. So it's like, come on. Come on.
Yeah, man. I think like just nerddom and battle threads and all of that stuff, that just ruins a lot of stuff for me because I'm just like all of you are debating stuff that unless the writers sit down and say this is it, it's not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. But yeah, man, we've done an hour and a half. This was a lot of fun talking to you, man. It was a lot of fun getting into comic books, a lot of fun getting into hip hop. Is there anything you want to leave Meisterville with before we wrap this call up?
Yo, man, I just want to thank you for the opportunity, man. Like, I see what you do on your page. It's really dope. I saw the interview you did with Clutch. You know, shout out to him. It's always dope just to talk with superhero comics, anime stuff, like music. Like, it's a dream of mine. I appreciate you and you know you inviting me on. It's always a good look, man. Straight up, for real.
Now, Clutch put me on to you, and I was just like, "Oh my god, I have to get him on the podcast now." That's just so good.
Yeah,
So
Clutch
I
is
want
my
to say
guy. That's
thank you for coming. I want to say thank you for coming,
absolutely,
man.
man.
It was
Absolutely, likewise, for real.
yeah, man. So please go follow him on all of his social medias, Meisterville. I'm gonna have all the links in the description to make it easy for everybody to go and
Yeah,
find Mr.
follow my dude too,
Hieroglyphics.
man.
And
Thank you, thank you.
yeah, check out his page. He's got a whole lot of dope rap. I really love that Bruce Lee one you did. That Bruce Lee
Oh yeah,
one
I
was
saw
one
what
of
you
my
commented
favorite
on that.
ones.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you. I
yeah.
mean, that was
That
one of the
that
older ones that I did back in the days, man. Thank
Nah,
you for
man,
mentioning
like when I was doing my research on you, I had to go raid some of your old stuff, and that Bruce Lee one, that was a really tight joint, man. That was a really tight joint. So yeah, fam, thank you once more, and with that being said, Meister Man and Mr. Hieroglyphics have to be out. All right,
that. Yes,
peace.
sir.